Today on 16-Bit Game Review. I'm in a spaceship. The floor is lava. And finally, there's a giant spider, and I'm going to kill it.
Hello and welcome! When I was a child, my very first Metroid game that I had the opportunity to play was Metroid Fusion. It was a brilliant game with wonderful gameplay, sound, and graphics. Since then, a lot of time has passed and the battery on the game has died. I lost all my saves and I had to get rid of it. As well as I learned about new and different Metroid games like Super Metroid and Metroid Prime. And my tastes on games have changed, so I have a new Game Boy, a new game. I'm going to have an opportunity to go and play it again, and let's see if it's as good as I remember it.
Metroid Fusion is a 2D action-adventure platformer shooter exploration game, much like Metroid 2 and Super Metroid. Metroid Fusion has a very simple goal but requires a lot more explanation, since Metroid Fusion has a bigger emphasis on the story than Super Metroid. You see, Samus was hired by the Biological Space Laboratories to go and research the planet SR-388 since she has prior experience it from Metroid 2. While on planet, she was attacked by an unknown species, now known as the X-Parasite, and it nearly kills her, but she was revived, and she learns about an explosion which happens at the BS Cell's research lab over the planet SR-388. She's told there to go and investigate, discovers that the X-Parasite has infected the entire station, and it's your job to either destroy the station or figure out what caused the explosion and kill it. If you are careless and you're trying to rush your way through the game, it is extremely easy to die. However, if you collect energy tanks, missile tanks, and use them sparingly, you would be able to survive a little bit better than I was. Metroid Fusion is a beautiful game, even with such a metallic environment that its base is. It looks stunning. It honestly feels a wonderful and alive place to be at. The walls pulsate, the creatures just make it feel alive, and there's even some species that actually evolve over the course of the game. It is a wonderful game to look at, especially with how crisp and well done the sprite work is. The controls in Metroid Fusion are self-explanatory. You move with the D-pad, you jump with A, you shoot with B, and you aim with the L button. Where it does better is you can toggle weapons with the R button rather than having to press select to figure out what the heck you want to use, and it feels so much easier and smoother to play. The controls are so much more finely tuned, much crisper to use. I've never had issues jumping or platforming just because of how stiff the controls were, unlike in Super Metroid. It's a smoother game, which was a much nicer game to play. The bosses in Metroid Fusion vary, and they all are fantastic. You have really easy bosses like the X-Cores to really fun bosses like that spider one, to recycle bosses like Ridley, to bosses that are pretty much nightmare fuel like the SAX and Nightmare. But ultimately, they are all exciting to play, wonderful to discover, and when you get a new power-up from defeating them, it's just one of the best feelings in the world. The music in Metroid Fusion is probably my favorite part of the entire game. It sounds fantastic. It's uplifting, it's terrifying. Actually, there's a lot of scary tracks in here, like the footsteps of the SAX to the theme when it discovers you. The boss fights music are toe-tappingly amazing, and ultimately, it's my favorite soundtrack of any Metroid game. As by itself, Metroid Fusion is a beautiful and fantastic game. It is wonderfully designed, beautifully paced, and ultimately a fantastic experience. If you have not played Metroid Fusion yet, go and get it. But when you compare it to other Metroid games, in my books, this is the standard for all Metroid games. Yes, it's technically the last one in the series, but they did such a good job with it. I use this game as a baseline for all other Metroid games. And for some games, it ruins it, but for other games, it really makes it feel a lot better knowing what comes next. So, as a Metroid enthusiast, I say get this game. If you want to get into Metroid, this would be a good game to start with. But if you want to play it, for the love of God, just get it already. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please check out the annotations below for more videos or in the cards. If you liked the video, please give it a like or a dislike. And if you want to leave a comment, please leave it down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe and get to see more videos from us. And like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We do stuff there from time to time. Anyways, thank you for watching.